Testing, testing, testing. So I am going doing another. Ooh, Jesus, the alcohol. Anyhow, it's late, almost 1 in the morning. Doing another video. Why? Because I want to, and just got some stuff on my mind. This is, oh my, I hope I didn't mistitle this video. I probably did. I'll fix it. This is Stop Playing with Michael Part 2. Now, let me get into why I feel so strongly about Michael Jackson. Besides from me listening to, hearing Michael Jackson all my life, starting at about 2 or 3 years old, the first song I know affirmatively I can recall hearing and recognizing as Michael Jackson was Rock With You. And then I saw the video and I saw this bright, shining, literally, young black man. And he wasn't even dancing like talking about. He was just moving a little bit, you know, moving to the music. He had the little green light behind him, the little strobe light or whatever, the glitter outfit. I'm like, okay, like in a child's mind, I'm like, it was so easy to listen to as a child. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I have to take that back. The first song, excuse me, I'm chewing gum. Um, that I do remember hearing for sure by Michael Jackson, even if I didn't know it was Michael Jackson, was Rockin' Robin. We had to perform to Robin in kindergarten. And I remember I had a little poodle skirt and a shirt. And, I didn't know about growing up. So I always used to try to get in my little outfit after my kindergarten graduation when we had to do the dance to Rockin' Robin. And I do also remember um, seeing stage lights for the first time. Okay, so it was Rockin' Robin, which is the Jackson 5, I suppose. I can't remember right now. It's been a long day. And then the next song was Rock With You. Easy to listen to, soothing, a bop. I've been listening to Michael all my life. The thing that makes me so defensive about Michael Jackson and the Jacksons is the fact that they accomplished so much as far as popularity, worldwide sensation, um, talent, like as far as age, who was really messing with the Jackson 5? I'm I'm a wait. Um, in their heyday, and then also in their nadir, dare I say, they still had a lot of popularity to the point that they could jump from record labels. And if you pay a little bit of attention to the Jackson 5, you'll see that they went around the world. I dare I say, the Jackson 5 and later on Michael Jackson were on peacekeeping missions in a way by proxy. They definitely helped the United States look good, you know, um, in a way because you have these young black boys, teenagers, young adults singing, and they sound good, they look good, they're presentable, they have manners, they have, they have everything it takes to be successful in society and mainstream popular culture, that the world is taking notice to them. And that's not an easy task. And I don't think anybody else would be able to really accomplish that. Like, we have streamers, definitely. We have celebrities, definitely. But the way, the manner, the process, it's not the same. Y'all can't count this stuff that y'all see now as equivalent to what the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson as a young child, young adult experienced, and it's just not the same. People had to buy those records. They had to go to the store and buy those records, which I know people are tired of hearing about because, they want their idols that are current now to be equivalent to idols of back then, but it's just not the same. Sorry, it's not the same. And that's why I say this is one reason or another reason why I say stop playing with Michael and his brothers. Another reason is talent. 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 Playing the guitar, playing the bass, being able to dance, live, being able to stay in sync with people, having themed outfits. Have y'all really looked at the Jackson 5 outfits? Like, they had themes, and it wasn't accidental what they were on stage in. Very much thought about, very much conscious of messaging. Some of the best representation African American people have had in popular culture. And since, I don't know, modern media propaganda began, really, not blackface, not cooning, none of that. So popular that they got to the point that they were able to have a TV show. Like, really let it marinate. They had a TV show. And then the siblings that weren't known were in the TV show, including Latoya. Love you, Latoya, for better or worse. Rebe and Janet Jackson, who got her start through the TV show and the Las Vegas review thing that they had going on, residency. Um, to spend your life, your young life, not your young adult life, but your young life, doing that with your brothers, with your family, learning how to be professional, learning how to be mannerable, just having a posture about yourself. These people don't have that now. They don't have that. Not only that, they don't have decency. The entertainment was decent back then too. Stop playing with Michael. Next case, next situation. Later on, when Michael is full on adult, this is bad thriller, not thriller, excuse me. Like I said, a little tipsy. Um, bad, dangerous history. The man is doing world tours. Let's really contemplate what a world tour is. A world tour. We're talking about Eastern Europe, Central Europe, places that nobody is really thinking about. Places that are at war with each other, conflicted places, selling out places, you know, visiting children, sick, war torn nations. How can a modern day celebrity compare themselves to that? You're really doing that? Comparing yourself to going around the world, and mind you, the continent, Africa, you know, blessing people with your presence, children, adults, saying, "Hey, I recognize the humanity in you." Those were peacekeeping missions in a way. That's my opinion. I don't have nothing to back it up at the moment. It's 1 hour. Uh-oh, that was my laptop. Excuse me. Oh, wow. I don't have nothing to back it up at the moment except for the fact that I know they happen. I have a little bit of tour books. I've been collecting tour books, so I'm looking, through those, looking at videos, reading. You have to be a special person to reach people mentally and emotionally, that don't speak your language, don't have your culture. You wouldn't have nothing in common with besides music. That's not something that occurs, and I don't think it can occur now. We're too technocratic now. We're too self-centered now. We're too a bunch of things to replicate that type of energy, that type of response, and nah, I don't see it. So for people and modern day celebrities to try to compare themselves to Michael Jackson because of statistics such as sales, um, you know, trending and popularity, that's only a part of it. And it's not a big part of it. People don't like y'all like that. Like, keep it real. People don't like y'all like they like Michael Jackson. Stop playing with Michael, okay? And that's real. Y'all cannot get out here, call yourselves moving around Asia, moving around Europe, moving around. It's not happening. Now, we know the United States is fickle. It's the United States. Motherfuckers don't know if they want to eat a Big Mac or a Whopper on a given day. You know, we ain't got our minds made up. But the rest of the world, it's pretty, kind of consistent when it comes to people understanding like this is a good person and we love them. They entertain us, they give us joy, all this other stuff. Um the next thing I want to say without, being too verbose is some of y'all really need to just start looking into the facts of Michael Jackson's life. Y'all not Yeah, I mean, y'all not gonna wanna really hear this, but racism has a lot to do with how he died, how he lived, the things that happened while he was alive, and I'm planning on making a part 3, and hopefully the part 3 will be the end all be all for me, but I'm gonna defend this man. I am. I'm gonna defend him because, you know, as far as humanitarian efforts as a celebrity, nobody has done more. I just heard a video the other day. The poor man was obviously under the influence of some type of what do you call it? He was anesthetized and he was talking about building a children's hospital. Who the hell talks about building a children's hospital while they're anesthetized? Tell kids, besides somebody that really wants kids to thrive. Um, he was under attack most of his adult life, especially after he bought the catalog. It's no coincidence a lot of things that happen because these people that control the systems and control the world, they play for keeps. And if they can't keep the situation, they will definitely make you the culprit. And it's not that you did anything, it's just that they hate the fact that they can't win and they don't want to be revealed. So they have to deflect and put it on someone else. I can't say it no plainer than that. Um, this man was a good person. I didn't know him personally. I can't make it out like I knew him personally. I don't want to come across as a fanatic, but being objective from what I have learned, and there's people with plenty of things you can listen to. I've been listening to MJ Trial. That's a channel on YouTube. There's a couple different people, but I've been listening to the trial from 2020. Um, what is it, 5? And listen to it for yourself. Yeah, how about you do that? Like, motherfuckers can make hit pieces all they like. They can make, mockumentaries all they like. Listen to the court transcripts. Read the court transcripts. It's public information. Um, Also understand that a person that lived the way he lived, these are special circumstances. Being black, having vitiligo, having issues with self image, whatever it is, having a heart for people, particularly children, allowing and overly trusting people to have access to you because you feel like, hey, I got it, I can give it. Or, I understand the power I have as a person. People like me. I seem to calm people down, or, I help people in their times of need. So I'm just going to keep spreading my gift to others, and that being turned into something maleficent, and not necessarily by his doing, but the people around. There was a lot of people that wanted to make money off of Michael, and also wanted to monitor him, and also wanted to add to the conclusion of his life. Them a lot of people probably was around to make sure he died after a while. Conrad Murray. And who here has had the life this man has had? Nobody. 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 It don't matter if it's all your faves can't compare to Michael. The disrespect is astronomical. It has to stop. I'm gonna come with a part three. Hopefully, I'll be able to do that on camera and on the record because, like I said, that's my man's. Um, I used to, in my mind, yes, I was a kid. I would say that's my Uncle Michael, still my Uncle Michael. I don't care. That's my Uncle Michael. I love him. And I'm not going to let people, like, y'all, I watch the amount of literally propaganda that's put out on YouTube and whatever about him. And it's more than just being about Michael. It's about the fact that y'all people out here don't read, don't research, y'all don't look nothing up. As soon as somebody says something about somebody, whether it be positive or negative, y'all go with it. There was a paper, or should I say a publication, released by the United Nations in 2020 of all years, and it's called propaganda, not propaganda, cognitive warfare. Cognitive warfare. And they get into the tactics of cognitive warfare. They want us to not be sure about anything we see or we read or we hear. That's why AI exists as well, to blur the lines, to blur reality with fiction, and artificial intelligence, what it contrives. We're giving data and information to the algorithms, the large language models, the whatever they got, for it to fabricate a reality. The hardcore reality of things, such as court records, such as billboard records, such as, I don't know, your motherfucking, your tax records, even. After a while, they want this cognitive warfare to compete with facts. That's the problem I'm really having with people that don't, that want to make videos conveniently off the back of this black man who's done a lot for the world, for the planet. He's not the only one, but he is a main one. And I take offense to that as a person because I'm a very giving person too. You know what I'm saying? So, but the other thing is, it's like we're being conditioned to not think. We're being conditioned to allow quick hormonal releases to sway our thoughts and make us go against evidence and make us go against fact. And it's really silly. And it explains a lot. That's the same reasons, you know, Saul Williams, I heard him years ago say something like, we get the leaders we deserve. So we can ponder into what he meant by that more. But I think it is when you don't understand your paradigm, when you don't understand the people who are trying to control the paradigm, there's no research conducted, there's no debate done, there's no conjecture, and there's no, when you just take a side easily off of a certain instance of, well, I just don't want to be wrong. You got to be okay with being wrong or whatever it is. Just knowing the truth is the issue. The truth is the issue, not being right or wrong. What's the truth? And if we're too below seeking truth, whatever the subject, whether it be Michael Jackson, whether it be any other subject, I'm not even going to go. Why even bring up other people? Because I'm talking about Michael. If we're past that, then it's getting to a point we're getting past survival in a lot of ways. Information, the breakdown of information, the dissertation of information, the holding of information, or archiving, should I say, of information, is what makes the way we do it is what makes a human being a human being. If we're losing that, then we're ultimately losing our purpose, our purpose on planet Earth. That's my thought. I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just spewing and chewing gum, and that's my thoughts on it. Stop playing with Michael. Part 3 coming up. I'm also thinking about talking about some other stuff. It's been a lot. I've had a lot of encounters and experiences, but I'll save that for another day. So, you know, hit the thumbs up if you feel like you should or could, and I deserve it. And I'm gonna end the stream. Good night. It is 1:14 in the morning. Yeah. Good night.